Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. Wait till some people get up in here, and curious to hear y'all's opinion, man, about what's going on. Deontay Wilder came out yesterday, and actually came out on Instagram first, and he dropped a message on Instagram, and then he did interview, two interviews actually. The first one I saw was with shouts out to 78 Sports. He did one with 78. And then late last night, I think, he had one with my man Fred from Barbershop Conversation. So I got to see both of those. I listened to large majority of both of those, and I've seen the Instagram post as well. Let me see who's in here right now. Brez, what's up, man? MMA champ, the GOAT was good. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Yes, I did get a chance to see Usyk last night. Um, y'all hit that thumbs up button, man, on your way in here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got a chance to check out Usyk, man. Wow. Not only did I get a chance to check out Usyk in the Chisora fight over the weekend, I also got a chance to check out Murat Gassiev, his introduction into the heavyweight division. Got a chance to see him take on Sefer Safiri's brother, Nuri Safiri. And I got to see the youngster, man, the kid, Jared Anderson. Got to see his fight as well, man. So wait till a few more people get up in here. Bruce Gold, salute, bro. What's good? Jaho, what's up, man? Wait till a few more people get up in here and just talk about what I've seen over this weekend, man, with these three fights. Giving about the Deontay Wilder interview right now. That is tearing up the internet, man. And it's crazy because I went on before I went live. I just went to see if Tyson Fury has said anything in response to this or anything. Try to find any type of news. Went to his Instagram. There was nothing as of yet. Him responding to this, which was kind of crazy because he'd been saying for like the last few weeks, right? Wilder, why isn't Wilder? Oh shit, over the last couple months, why isn't Wilder talking? Why isn't he talking? And then you would think Tyson Fury would be the first one to come out and say something in response. So I'm not sure, why Fury hasn't said anything. But one thing that I did notice, I went on boxing scene and I did see. Hold on, y'all, give me one. All right, my bad, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Y'all, let me know if y'all can hear me. All right, loud and clear. Standing eight. Salute. Appreciate that. The black polymath. All right. So yeah, so I did see Frank Warren. I was just on boxing scene. I seen Frank Warren. He ain't. It's like he just. Well, I'm not sure if if man, this is just ridiculous right now. But Frank Warren didn't even say nothing. At least the report that I just literally just saw on boxing scene, Frank Warren is talking about Ajay Caballero has 24 hours to sign the contract, unless moving on to the next name on the contract, and that's Carlos Takam. All right, and they're saying December 5th in the UK. And man, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let me just talk about the Usyk Chisora, and just what I've seen from this past weekend. All right, so first starting with Jared Anderson, man, it was a blowout win over Luis Eduardo. He improved to 7-0 with 7 knockouts. To me, his best win of his young career is his prior fight that he had against Rodney Hernandez. Um, it was so one-sided, man. It was the first. I mean, it pretty much looked like Jared Anderson hitting a punching bag, and I'm not even trying to be funny. Anything he threw was complete downhill. Anything he threw, it pretty much landed. I don't think he even got punched. Um, but what can I say from this first round blowout? I like the way that he went to the body. I like the way he was switching up levels, throwing combinations. Even though it was a quick, even though it only went one round, he was still systematic with what he was doing as far as setting up his shots. I like that. That's pretty much it. I mean, it wasn't really much to go from, and it was pretty much one-sided beatdown. And I liked his body work along with the head attack that Jared Anderson was doing. Um, I like to see him step up now. Fight a few. He's only 7-0, so I wouldn't mind seeing him fight like a Jonathan Rice or a Lago Kiladze, somebody like that, and then possibly step up to like a Joey Daweko level, something like that. You know what I mean? But I like what I saw from the kid, man. Even though it was a one-sided beat down. You know what I mean? Jupiter B was good, man. Man, Poe B the God, what's up? Joseph Bacon was good. He says Chisora put it on Usyk. He didn't get off even when he spanned Chisora off balance. I think Chisora won the fight. All right. Next fight, Murat Gassiev, another one round destruction, demolition job. He fought Nuri Safiri, Sefer Safiri's brother. Now, this Gassiev, man, I haven't seen Gassiev in the ring in 2 years since he fought Usyk. Um, and man, he weighed in at 230 pounds for his first fight at heavyweight. He wasn't fat, but you can definitely tell the difference in his body shape, man. Because I went back and looked at the Usyk fight one more time just to look at his body, and he was cut up in the arms and shoulders and his back. And this fight looks pudgy. He's 230, moved up to heavyweight, so you expect it, but he looked a little pudgy, not fat, but you can just tell that definition is gone. Um, but he's still a youngster though. He's only 27 years old, man. That's one thing that I did, that caught my attention. It was like, oh, he's only 27 though. So although he hadn't been in the ring in 2 years, he's only 27 years old. And one side beatdown, man. It was a one-sided beatdown. Pretty much fights how he always fights, puts up the high guard, trying to find his 1-2. And he pretty much, I think it was like the second hard right hand that he threw, and he landed on Nuri Safiri, and it was pretty much it. He pretty much laid down and said, "Uncle." You know what I mean? So, one thing I will say about Gassiev, he is a hard puncher. I even remember when Chris Arreola had an interview, and Arreola was talking about the hardest punchers that he's faced, and this was like a few years ago, man. And he was saying, well, in sparring, the hardest motherfucker that has hit him in sparring was Murat Gassiev, and he said this shit like 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I mean? So, we will see with Gassiev. What's going to happen when he gets pushed backwards by bigger guys. You dig what I'm saying? But demolition job, man. I would have way rather seen him fight Kevin Johnson. That fight fell through. Then it was Sefer Safiri. That fight fell through. And then they got Safiri's brother Nuri. You know what I'm saying? So definitely want to see more from Gassiev and see him step up against better competition, man. I mentioned him earlier, Joey Daweko. Wouldn't mind seeing Gassiev fight Daweko. I think that'd be a good test for Gassiev. Shorter heavyweight, but somebody that's durable, that won't be intimidated and can box. You know what I mean? Um, and then the big heavyweight fight over the weekend, Usyk versus Chisora. Man, it was a close fight, man. It was a very close fight. I think I had Usyk 7-5, but it was close. It was a close scrap. Usyk, man, it looks like he's having, well, in that fight with Chisora, it looked like he wasn't too comfortable with the physicality. The body shots, he was looking for the ref to help. You could say that some of them strayed low, but it looked like, when I see fighters looking for help from the ref, when you literally are in a clinch, and let's say the punch was borderline, belt line, or what it was, borderline punch, and you turn to look at the ref, and then you get punched in the face as you're looking at the ref for help. Bad sign right there, because that lets me know that, okay, so what if you get into a fight with a guy like Andrew Ruiz, or just somebody who puts relentless pressure, even like a Konaki who gets, you can pretty much close your eyes and punch Konaki. But what I'm saying is somebody that puts relentless pressure on you. Might not look pretty, but it's just pressure all up in your chest, using their elbows, forearms, the forward just pushing you and mauling. You can't look to the ref, man. And I understand, he kind of like, hey, ref, but not in the middle of action. I always revert back to this example is when Mike Tyson was doing that shit with Evander Holyfield. He was looking at the ref for help, and boom, Evander's just like letting his free hand go, literally punching Mike square in his face while he's trying to talk to Mills Lane. You know what I mean? So you can't, be looking for the ref for help in these situations, especially if it's borderline. You got to just keep fighting, and let your corner get in there and say, hey, man, you dig what I'm saying? Watch the low blows, or at least wait till you separate from the guy, then look over at the ref, but not when you're literally in a damn clinch getting punched in the face. All right. I think Usyk, his thing with him, man, is going to be his footwork and his endurance. He was doing a lot of, I hate saying pity pat, but punches where he wasn't putting a lot on him, and he was not sitting down on his left hand. Man, I thought he should have sat down on the left hand a lot more in that fight. I think maybe he wasn't sitting down on it at first because he was trying to be cautious. Because what is Chisora known for? Throwing big looping left hooks and big overhand rights. And I think maybe he was looking for that overhand right. We know Usyk is a southpaw. Maybe he didn't want to leave, his left hand out there too long to sit down on it because maybe he was in fear of that overhand right coming, especially early. You know what I mean? But he was making Chisora miss a lot, man. There were spots in this fight where Chisora was just sluggish and breathing hard, and this is a guy that's an aging fighter. So what's going to happen when you get in there? Somebody a little bit fresher, somebody that's not, and nobody's going to get intimidated of the punching power. But when Usyk moved up, it wasn't about his punching power, anyways. I'll put more of that on a guy like Gassiev than I would Usyk. This thing isn't going to be knocking guys out. It's going to be moving around the ring, just endurance, throwing flurries. But man, if nobody respects your power heavyweight, bro, people gonna walk through you. And Chisora didn't even do a great job of cutting off the ring. He was pretty much plotting around you. Not just think you get somebody in there a little bit more sharper than Chisora. These last two fights, man, I know Usyk did his thing at cruiserweight. I know about the Olympic pedigree. I know I came out with a video 4 years ago when Usyk was still at cruiser saying that, hey, he's gonna make noise at heavyweight one day. But man, just people, you're gonna have to get these guys respect, man. You can't just depend on, okay, I'm gonna tire him out down the stretch. I'm gonna tire him out down the stretch. I'm gonna throw flurries and tire him out down the stretch. That's not always going to work. Face up, even when he fought, what's my man's name? What's Tim Witherspoon's little cousin name? Chaz. When he fought Chaz Witherspoon, Chaz was able to get to him as well. So what do you think when AJ's landing big shots, Wilder's landing big shots? You dig what I'm saying? Or whoever he chooses to fight. Um, and there's a few guys at the weight class I think they can match his footwork by walking them down. I think Joseph Parker has hell of a good footwork. You dig what I'm saying? So, man, it's gonna be uphill for Usyk, I think, man. You know what I mean? I like his addition to the heavyweight division, but I definitely think that there's some things to work with. You're an opponent facing Usyk, man. You know what I mean? God of War, what's up? Blackout, was good, man? Uh, the Black Parliament says Usyk is going to be a threat to any top heavyweight. My bad. You say he isn't going to be a threat to any top heavyweight. He is too small to handle them. He couldn't stop completely gas Chisora. He doesn't have heavyweight power. It's going to be tough, man. It's that physicality, bro. The physicality, I think, really was throwing them off. Really throwing them off. That physicality, man. Looked like he just didn't know what to do at times. And another thing, his inside game, non-existent. He has no inside game, man. It looked like his thing is he literally just wants to turn, throw flurries, and move away. He don't want nothing to do with a phone booth fight, an inside game, none of that. And he looks to the ref to help. So we'll see what Usyk does, man. I don't know, man. I don't know about Usyk at the heavyweight division when he gets up there, but it's gonna be intriguing to see, man. Does he have the type of footwork where he can just stay away forever? Well, shit, if Chisora's able to track him down at times, there's other guys gonna be able to just not even only with the footwork, with their reach to keep a glove on him, just keep him in front of you by keeping that glove on him. And but that power just doesn't look like it's there, man. I'm not sure he's gonna get guys respect with the power that he's shown in his last two fights at heavyweight. You know what I mean? Jupiter B says, I don't think it's just a power thing. Usyk is slow at heavyweight, which is weird for his size. Now, I think he has pretty good hand. Now, there was times in the fight where he was throwing, I hate the term at this, but like pity pat punches, but he was throwing like pity pat combos, which was his, his jab straight, right? Just the jab straight combination. And it didn't look all that fast, but as the fight went on, then he started to put a little bit of speed on it. You dig what I'm saying? And I think his movement is good, but I don't think it's enough, man. People saying Evander Holyfield, but Evander he had different elements to his game where he would stand and bang with big motherfuckers, man. Usyk isn't going to stand and bang with people. You know what I'm saying? And Evander was a good inside fighter as well. You know what I mean? So two different fighters, it's two different, generations or whatever. But I don't see Evander Holyfield. Rashid says a cruiser unified champ can't be overhyped, bro. He that he's legit. Well, he was more than a unified. He was undisputed at cruiserweight. So let's say that. But as far as being, I guess is what you define what legit is. Do you think he's going to win a title? You know what I'm saying? Do you think he'll just be a good matchup for some of the top guys? I guess it's your definition of what legit means. Um, Nathan Wise says, I think Usyk will be fine. Not many fighters can apply the pressure and physicality that Chisora can. Also, he stunned Chisora a few times. Chisora has a very, very good chin. Yeah, after Chisora was gassed and tired, there was a few times where he stopped him in his tracks. But that's the thing, just enough to stop him in his tracks. It wasn't like he was close to going down. I thought I saw somewhere somebody thought, I think it was round seven. Some people thought that the bell saved Chisora. I think heard somebody say that. It was one of the rounds. I forget, man, but uh, the power definitely doesn't look like it's there though. It just doesn't. Well, shit, Hogan Balls, you says imagine two opponents with the same style as Usyk fighting each other. The fight would be an absolute farce with more running than punching, zero power at this weight. Well, shit, man, a fight that he almost had looked like that was a fight that he had with Breeders. I thought the Breeders fight was nip and tuck. I thought that fight could have went either way. I thought that was a nip and tuck fight, and mainly because I thought Breeders can match Usyk with those type of movements. So I think that was a close to what you're saying. I think a close comparison to that is shit the Breeders fight. Although they traded a lot more than what Usyk was doing with Chisora. Um, what else, man? Let me see. Before I get to the Wilder and Fury thing, yo, this November, man, as far as heavyweight action, y'all, I know some of you guys only like the big heavyweight fights, right? If it's not a big heavyweight fight, I really don't care about it, and that's cool. But to me, man, I'm loving this month of November with some of these under the radar heavyweight fights, man. Just shit. Next weekend, there's a plethora of them. We know that we got the card with Frank Sanchez and Luis Ortiz on it. Frank Sanchez, we're taking on Brian Howard. I know he's a journeyman. You guys, who the hell is Brian Howard? His best win was his last one. I think it was his last fight that he fought Carlos Negron. They bring him in as just an opponent because Negron had two losses to Brazil, and then he got knocked out in the first round. Well, he lost to Brazil. Then for his comeback fight, he fought Brian Howard, got knocked out in the first round. All right, so Frank Sanchez, 15-0. We've seen him fight a few times on PBC. He will be taking on Brian Howard. I expect Sanchez to win, but Howard, you know what I mean, he's coming in with some confidence. But I expect Sanchez to win that fight. All right, Luis Ortiz on the same card, be taking on Alexander Flores. Definitely going with Luis Ortiz in this one, man. Flores, the last fight I seen with him was against Joseph Parker. He needs to stay off the damn ropes because in that Parker fight, he was against the ropes, even with Martin, man. You know what I mean? But he's only had two defeats, to Parker and Charles Martin, and he had the one draw against Avery Gibson. You guys have heard me say Avery Gibson's name a lot on this channel when I bring up journeyman type of guys that you should be careful with if you put your prospect in there with him. Is a guy like Avery Gibson. But I think Avery has retired, man. Last I checked. Shout out to Avery Gibson. I remember him being in a lot of Deontay Wilder training camps. Um, Anyways, I got Luis Ortiz beating Alexander Flores, man. Also on that card, you got Michael Polite Coffee. He's taking on Joey Abel. Should be interesting, right? Joey Abel, he's actually from my neck of the woods. I think I'm 1 year older than Joey, but we went to high school in the same area. Um, However, he is close to 40, and Coffee is 10-0. People, you guys have been asking me a lot about Coffee. Just want to see more of him, but he's a big dude, right? 6'5", 200 and shit, 70 something pounds, heavy hands. Want to see more of him? He'll get in there with Joey Bell, man. Joey, I think shit, man. I'm trying to think here. I know he had an upset win over John Wesley No Fire. No Fire was undefeated at the time. That was 2016, 2017. He beat Christoph Zimnock, which was an upset victory for Abel. But usually when he gets in there against guys, man, like the Oscar Rivases and Tyson Fury and Chris Ariola, who else did he lose to? Adam Mack and guys like that, he usually loses those fights. But what I will say with his 35 wins, he does have 33 knockouts. So the dude has heavy hands. And what's the first thing to go with a heavyweight? Or what's the thing that stays around the longest is their punch. Um, so if Coffee goes in there and exposes his chin and they get into a trading match with Abel, especially Abel, I believe Abel's a southpaw. He comes from that southpaw stance, lands something crazy, anything can happen. You dig what I'm saying? So, and Coffee isn't he isn't Pernell Whitaker in there, where you're not gonna land a shot on him. Should be interesting, man. I'll go with Coffee because his career seems to be trending right now. He's 10-0. But if he goes in there with a slugfest, man, he doesn't have enough experience under him. Fuck around, get something. You know what I mean? And then also on that card, speaking of Carlos Negron, who I said lost to Brian Howard, he will making his return back. Now, after the Howard loss, Negron came back and got a upset victory. Well, mild upset, but he knocked out Robert Alfonso. Alfonso, who was another guy that was in Deontay Wilder's camp. I think he was like 19-0 at the time that he lost his fight last year. I believe it was last year, beginning of this year, last year. I think he lost to Negron. Um, Negron actually knocked him out in the first round, man. So Negron will be on this card to taking on Rafael Rios. I expect Negron to win this fight. All right. So just on that card alone, you got Frank Sanchez, Ortiz, Coffee, and Negron. Also taking place on November 7th on a matchroom card, Zhili Zhang taking on Devin Vargas. Vargas not the biggest puncher. I expect Zhili Zhang take care of business. And then also on that card, you got Philippe Hergovic taking on Rydell Booker. Good to see Rydell, man, out of prison. We know he went to prison for what, 14 years. He made his return back in 2018, but he had been locked up for like 14 years. I think his last fight before he came back 2 years ago was 2004, y'all. So and I remember his fight on the Best Damn Sports Show way back in the day. His first pro loss to James Toney way back, and that was like 2003 or some shit like that. It was a long time ago. I remember that fight. Um, but Rydell Booker only got 3 losses, like I said, to James Toney. And then since his comeback, he has lost 2 fights. He lost to Pulev, went the full distance with Pulev, and went the full distance with Jermaine Franklin. And he actually stole a couple rounds in both fights. You know what I mean? Stole a round or two in both fights, man. So for Herkovic to get a knockout would be very nice. You know what I mean? That'll look good for him to be able to knock out Rydell Booker. But then after this, I would like to see Philippe Herkovic in a bigger fight, man. I think he's one of those guys that you can fast track because of his extensive amateur background, and they've been putting him in there, decent for up and comer. Amir Mansour and Molina, fights like that. That's not for up and comer. That's not bad, man. For a guy that only have a handful of fights, that's not bad. You know what I'm saying? So shit. Looking at it, why not just pair Herkovic versus Zhili Zhang if they both win? You know what I'm saying? Shit, why not? You might as well. You know what I'm saying? So I would love for that to happen, man. So that's and all that taking place November 7th, y'all. Then also just throw this in there. His name is attached to Deontay Wilder because he's the guy that actually stopped Deontay Wilder as an amateur. Evgeny Romanov, he's 14-0. I know he's rated by the WBO. I don't have the rankings in front of me. I think he's like number 10 or some shit by the WBO. He is also fighting on November 7th. He'll be taking on man, it's like a lot of these guys have connections with Wilder that I'm bringing up. Sergey Liakovich, who has more connections than just Wilder. His last big fight was the Andrew Ruiz fight back in 2014. But he'll be fighting Romanov. I expect Romanov to run through Liakovich, man. Liakovich is like 45 years old. I believe he was in the ring last year against Simon King, and he got stopped late. You know what I mean? So Liakovic's best days are way behind him, man. So I expect Romanov to go in there and take care of business. Uh, yeah, I haven't seen Evgeny Romanov in the ring shit since last year. So I expect him to go to 15-0. But he's 35 though, man. He's fought as an amateur for a very long time. He only turned pro in 2016. So I think he's another guy, man, where it's like after this, let's, try to pair him with somebody in those WBO rankings, man, and let's get a fight like that going. You know what I mean? Extensive amateur background, you know. I think it's enough fights now to where he can get in there, because technically this is fighting an ex-world champion, right? Sergey Lakovic used to hold the WBO strap way back in the day, then he lost the brick, so I get it. You dig what I'm saying? But after this, I want to see him against somebody else. All right. A few more things going on in November, man. Cash Ali, I know some of you, who the fuck is Cash Ali? He's the dude that bit David Price last year. You guys remember that dude who was undefeated that bit David Price and actually picked him to upset Price. You know what I mean? But he didn't want no more of that, man. But he did pick up a victory earlier this year against the tough journeyman Kamil Sokolowski. Cash Ali is like 17 or 16-1 right now. He be taking on Danny Whitaker. I expect him to beat the hell out of him, man. 21st, you got the big one, Povetkin versus Dillian White. Can't wait for that one. Then the 28th, we got Dubois taking on Joyce. And I'll be doing videos, up and coming videos for those, man. But this November is stacked for me. I know for some of you it's just Dubois, Joyce, and then Povetkin and White, and that's it. Nah, I'm intrigued with damn near because I want to see what Romanov looks like. You know what I mean? I like his style, that short, throwing overhands and uppercuts and all that. I still like those heavyweights, and I don't think the smaller heavyweights. People think that's a thing of the past. How can that be a thing in the past when we just seen a guy who was a shorter heavyweight with shorter reach, Andrew Ruiz, beat Anthony Joshua last year? You dig what I'm saying? So, or look at a guy like a aging shorter heavyweight like Povetkin, who just went in there and although he got off the canvas twice, went in there and put Dillian White to sleep. You dig what I'm saying? So, um, hey man, you over 200 pounds, you got two hands and some heart, anything can happen. You know. And to me, it's called weight class, not height class. People are so, oh, he's 6'7", he's 6'8", he's 6'9". We've never seen nothing like, well, yeah, we haven't seen a plethora, and this is this new wave of heavyweights. Yes, we're seeing more of 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", and all that type of shit. Some fans sometimes, or maybe as a fan, maybe this is your first time seeing taller guys, 6'5", but dude, we've always seen 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". It's just that there's more of them now. But it's not called a height class, called a weight class, man. And I am not in agreement with the WBC trying to make this, what the fuck is it, cruiser, super cruiserweight or light or medium heavyweight. I don't know what division they're coming up with this 224 pound shit. This is ridiculous, man. This is so ridiculous. I I hope that shit falls flat on his face. It's just ridiculous to have that, man. Um, we don't need to add another damn weight division. We have enough as it is, man. We don't need another one. So now what? We're gonna have guys. Could you guys imagine a guy getting down to 224 just to rehydrate the 250 or whatever? This is just be insane, man. This will be insane if they do this. You know what I mean? Stormy B man was good. So that's pretty much it for November, man. A whole bunch of good fights, in my opinion. I'm gonna love this November. It's a lot of good heavyweight scraps, man. You know what I mean? Or just at least a lot of good names and a lot of activity that's going on. One more thing that I did see November 21st, Joan Pablo Hernandez, who was a former cruiserweight champion. I know he fought my man Steve Cunningham twice. I know the first one was stopped due to like some nasty cut on Steve. Then he beat Steve in a decision the next fight. But anyways, Hernandez did make a comeback after being away from the sport for like 6 years, and he lost to Kevin Johnson earlier this year, but I guess he's back on the docket to fight again. On the 21st, opponent is TBA right now. So I guess we will see. But shit, man, if you made a comeback after 6 years being off and you take on Kevin Johnson and lose that, you know what I mean? But hey, man, this is a guy that, has a championship heart. Like I said, I think Hernandez made about 4 or 5 defenses, I believe, man, of his of that IBF cruiserweight strap. I could be wrong. And I think he was an interim champion at cruiser as well. So, championship heart, man, maybe he's looking at like shit, man, I came back, I at least want a victory. You know what I mean? Even if it's against Larry Lunchmeat. You know what I mean? Joe Blow the Journeyman, Obscure Andy. You know what I mean? Somebody like that. But man, if you're struggling with Kevin Johnson, and no disrespect to the kingpin Kevin Johnson, he's a slippery motherfucker. Kevin Johnson is tough to deal with some nights, man, for some people, because it's hard to hit the dude. He won't give out, especially this part of his career. He not really offensive minded, but he is a slippery defensively. in some of his fights, and the dude knows how to survive. So he is somebody that can make you look stupid in the ring. You know what I mean? But now, let me get to the comments, and I'm gonna give my quick opinion about this circus that's going on right now, man, with this whole Fury and Wilder situation. Let me see what you guys are saying. She says, I think AJ and Fury aren't as invincible as people like to portray. He will definitely trouble AJ with Fury. Height is an issue. Well, I definitely don't think anybody's invincible, man. But what I will say is, even though you have good movement, there's going to have to be a time in a fight where you're going to have to plant your feet and punch a motherfucker too, though, man. You can't just win a fight just off having great movement. You dig what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali was one of the great, but shit, probably the best mover as far as footwork at heavyweight I've ever seen in my life. And sometimes, and you guys know what I like to call Ali and Larry Holmes, boxer fighters, because sometimes they will stand and just fight you off of them. And Usyk's going to have to incorporate some of that, man. You can't just move around forever in fights. You dig what I'm saying? Especially if somebody may take that away from you by cutting off the ring or going to your body to make you stop moving. You dig what I'm saying? But I guess we'll see with Usyk, man. I guess we will see as time goes on. I think Fury will bother him. Well, I think AJ going to bother him with the power and the physicality, man. And I think Fury, shit, can pretty much do what Usyk does, but better, and he's bigger. And he can add some physicality and roughness and ragdoll him. And you know what I mean? If Chisora was able to do it to rough him up a little bit, I'm sure guys like Fury will be able to. AJ really doesn't fight like that. I think Usyk should probably try to reverse. Well, first of all, Joshua got to get past Pulev. But shit, man, maybe Usyk should try to be the guy that does the roughhousing against AJ. But we'll see though. And I say that because maybe you can catch him off guard. You know what I mean? Joseph says, I think Usyk beats Dillian White in the same fashion. Jupiter B says, no one is invincible. Usyk was getting caught easily by Witherspoon and Chisora, who aren't speed demons. God of War says, Usyk definitely has a disadvantage, but he still can win some fights. And Reynolds, what's good, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. The Black Parliament says, did you see Tank KO versus Cruz? Did I? Did I? Yes, put him to sleep. Hey, one thing, I actually ordered the fight. I ordered the pay-per-view. Man, Tank was getting touched. His last couple fights, man, he's been getting touched. He's been getting touched, man. He's been getting touched. So defensively, he isn't like a wizard, but Santa Cruz was making it, you know, he was touching him. But Tank stayed aggressive, stayed coming forward. And he was looking for that uppercut all night. He was looking for that shit. Man, if you watch the fight again, count how many times Tank threw an uppercut literally the first minute of the fight. He threw about 7, 8 of them motherfuckers, man. So he was looking for that uppercut all night. I think what surprised Leo is Tank was looking for it a lot, especially when Leo was trying to come forward on him. But on this one, Tank he did a defensive slip first, boom, came up with the uppercut, got him up out of there. It was a nasty uppercut, man. Nasty uppercut, highlight reel finish. It'll just add to the mystique of Gervonta Davis. But yes, I did see that. That was nasty. Nathan Wise says, good friend of mine was sparring Chisora before the fight with Usyk. Respect to Chisora mixing it up and giving chances to young up-and-coming heavyweights. Well, I wouldn't say he's necessarily young, but he is a new heavyweight to the scene, Usyk. Renee Saucedo says that Santa Cruz woke up yet. Actually, I did see him. I did see a video of him to his fans, but I didn't click on it and watch it. But I seen it. It was on my feed. You know what I mean? Turk Power says, A. Bell is still fighting. Yes, he is. Christian says, how's it doing, Mr. Boxing? Ajay Caballero confirmed to fight Fury in December. Your thoughts? Okay, so is it confirmed? Because, bro, right before I went live, like literally, right? So 35 minutes ago, I went on Boxing Scene, and I seen that Frank Warren said that Caballero has 24 hours to sign the contract. So in the last 35 minutes, did they just confirm it? Because I literally was just on Boxing Scene. I'm going to scroll down to see, is it confirmed, y'all? Yes or no? Let me know if the fight's confirmed. I was just on Boxing Scene 35 minutes ago. Kurt Anderson was good, bro. Somebody, is it confirmed? Just say yes or no. 35 minutes ago, it wasn't. Yeah, whoever's saying they're blocked, bullshit. I didn't block anybody, man. I didn't block anybody. Mr. Man MC says, Mr. B knows me. You were told not to block me. Well, first of all, I've never heard of nobody named Mr. Man MC. That's number one. This is my first time seeing you, bro. And I wouldn't have only block people if you say racist shit. If you think Wilder's a bum, I'm not going to block you. If you think AJ's a bum, I'm not going to block you. If you think Muhammad Ali is the ninth best heavyweight of all time, I might block you if you say some shit like that. But look, man, as long as it's not racist, I'm not going to block you, man. So, okay, no, they say no, it's not. Copen will not. How the fuck Copen ain't got a damn? Hold on, let me do this for you, man. Been rocking with Copen for like years on here. Do that for Copen 09. All right. So it's not confirmed yet. So let me go back up to the comments. So, like I said, man, so Tien, bro, it's not confirmed yet. Somebody just told me that in the chat. So, but my thoughts on that fight, give me 1 second, man. Get something to drink. Ah, shit. But my thoughts on that fight, I wouldn't want to see it. I do not want to see Tyson Fury take on Isaac Caballel. Now, what I will say about Isaac Caballel is he's a fighter who I want to see him in a match with a guy like Zhilei Zhang, with a guy like Oscar Rivas. I want to see him like in a elimination type of fight. I like Caballel. I think his best win is the Derek Chisora fight. I did a prospect watch video on Caballel like 4 years ago, but I don't want to see. But one thing I will say is Caballel does have experience with being in the ring with Tyson Fury. They've sparred. If you go on Instagram, you can see old footage of Caballel in the gym with Tyson Fury. So it could be one of them situations where, hey man, he could probably give him some problems because he knows him, or he'll be in sparring partner mode. But from what I've seen of Caballel, he doesn't seem like the sparring partner mode type of guy. You know what I mean? I think he's tougher than a guy like Tom Schwartz. He may be on the same level as an Otto Wallen. Who knows? You know what I mean? But he does have a win over Chisora, and I'll give him that. And shit, man, you you could probably argue that he looked better against Chisora than Usyk. Now, some people may differ, but he definitely took less punishment. So I'm not saying Cabell's a bum, but I would rather see him in an elimination type fight, man, but before this fight. You dig what I'm saying? And I think they said the second name on the list for Fury was Carlos Takam. Come on, man. I know Takam will come in shape. Carlos Takam is always in shape. And you guys have heard me many a times talk about his fight with Povetkin, which I thought was a very, very that was a very entertaining heavyweight scrap. Probably one of the better heavyweight fights over the last 10 years. You dig what I'm saying? So I got respect for Takam. Tough motherfucker, man. Was giving it to Chisora before he got knocked out. But I don't want to see him fight Tyson Fury, y'all. I mean, come on, man. A few more, man, then I'm gonna give my opinion about everything that's going on. Stormy B, man. What's up? Copit 09. I didn't get to see that, man. I didn't get to see Justice Hunu pro debut, bro. I didn't get to see it. Mr. Man MC says, is this still a Glovegate channel? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking, bro. You're obviously new to my channel. First of all, you came here and said that I told people not to block you. I've never, unless you're using a different name in here, I've never heard of you. I've never seen you, bro. And a Glovegate, I don't know what that means, a Glovegate channel. I cover heavyweight boxing, bro, from the Deontay Wilders and Tyson Furies to the fucking Himia Hios. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you mean. Like, what's a Glovegate channel? I don't know what you mean. Madhouse 2332, he says super cruiserweight. What the fuck is that called? It's stupid and not needed. I totally agree, man. I think this shit's I think it's ridiculous. Seen and unseen boxing. What's good, bro? JMJ 2121, what's good? He says your mods ban everyone. You know that, right? No, I don't know that. Who did they ban? Bro, instead of just saying, just say what it is you want to say. Just say, hey, I think this. You know what I mean? Just say that. Just I don't get what you're saying, bro. Already said what's up to Kurt. Juice. Liskinen says, I think you said it once very good. Usyk will make some noise in the heavyweight division. I really like the man, but I don't fear him against Fury. Joshua the rest. Yeah, I don't either. Let me see here. Copen09 says, like to see Chisora versus Herkovic inside the next 8 months before Chisora is completely shot. Yeah, he's definitely approaching that lane, bro. He's definitely approaching that lane as far as being, because he's already gatekeeper status to some degree, so Laws deep punch out, man. What's good, bro? Oh, you're Rob Plant. Is this Rob Plant? Mr. Man MC, that's who you are, Rob Plant. I remember that. I don't know who Rob Plant is. Look, y'all, don't block anybody, bro. If they're just giving their opinion, unless it's something racist, all the other shit is it is what it is, man. Again, unless you think like Ali's the ninth best heavyweight of all time, then you're getting blocked. Or if you say some shit like Larry Holmes had the 11th best jab in heavyweight, some shit like that. Hey, if it's anything against Holmes, Ali, and Foreman, you're getting blocked. Bruce Wayne says my comment's getting blocked. What comment did you make? Christian NWO was good, man. Seeing you in a minute. He says, I really hope Wilder Fury 3 happens in December. The rivalry should be settled. Well, if Wilder wins the third, there's a good chance we'll see a fourth. All right, Rob. Hey, Rob, as long as you don't, I never had no problem with you, bro. I know me and you disagree a lot, but as long as it's not nothing racist, don't block. If Mr. Man is really Rob Plant, you know what I mean? Let him rock, man. But why didn't you come in as just Rob Plant then? I don't get that. If you're Why didn't you just come in as Rob Plant then? I don't get it, bro. All right. Oh, super. I missed that super chat. My man's Bruce Goes in here. I appreciate that $5 holla. He says, salute to the cause. Love the heavyweights. I appreciate that, man. Almost missed you. I almost missed that. I appreciate that $5 holla. All right. Would have got up to 101 people up in here. Let's get to this Wilder and Fury situation, man. Again, I initially, and I had to write, it was so much shit I had to write down. I probably forgot to add some notes. All right. What I'll say is this, man. I did see Deontay Wilder on Instagram. I saw that video. And then shout out to my man 78 Sports and shout out to Fred Barbershop Conversations because I seen the two interviews that they did with Wilder. Watch majority of both of the interviews. All right, yeah, Mr. Man, I'm not sure then, bro, because I've never with your original channel, your Rob Plant, I've never blocked you, bro. So I'm not sure how that happened. But this man, look, so when I did get to hear from Wilder, when I was sitting back over the last month, I was thinking to myself, damn, man. I would love when Wilder does come out to just have whatever proof that he says that he have, just bring it. But I understand if he's going to bring proof, he wants to do it in court, right? So Wilder claims to have proof, doctors, witnesses, and a lot of fans are saying, well, shit, if you have all this proof, why don't you just sue Tyson Fury? And I will say this. I like the fact that Wilder's looking at it like, nah, fuck suing you. I'd just rather get you in the ring and beat you. I'm so mad at you. I want to punch you in the face. I don't want to sue you. I want to punch you in the face. However, if you try to run away from this fight or go fight Ajay Kabayel or Takam or whoever, then I'll take you to court because I have to find a way to try to get you back in the damn ring with me. So I like the mindset of somebody that says, you know what, I don't want to, I want to punch you in the face. I don't want to sue you. But these accusations are so deep though, man. Like, you think, Wilder says that he has proof, which I want to see, but he's saying he has proof that Fury has Fury had egg weights, right? Um, but the accusation that really stood out to me, bro, was Breland spiked his water. Wilder also said something about the dirty referee. But the Breland spiked your water though, bro. Why would Breland turn on you now? I just don't get what would be the reasoning for Breland to turn on you now. And then on top of that, and I've seen fans bring this up, is what if Breland put some in your water, wouldn't it have showed up in the drug test? But the thing with the drug test though, I thought they only test for banned substances. So he possibly could have slipped something in there that's not on the banned substance list. All this is a lot of fucking detective work, man. Like, you got to be like a damn PI to look. Now, if you show me the glove, and I've always said this, do the gloves look weird in the pictures that I've seen? Yes, they do. I'm not going to lie and say, oh, I don't see it. No, me looking at the glove, yeah, the shit does look weird. But I want more. Just come out with whatever proof and witnesses you have. Just come out and just lay it on the table. That's where I'm at. Because right now it's like, you can't put nothing past Tyson Fury, y'all. I know he's a good boxer. I think out of the 19 rounds that he fought Deontay Wilder, I think he won 13 or 14 of the 19 rounds, right? I think all that. But what you can't put past a guy like Tyson Fury is he has dabbled with shit, not only street drugs, cocaine and all that, but he failed a drug test in the fight game. So you can't put nothing past this guy, man. But at the same time, I like a little bit. I'm almost at the point where, bro, I want to see him fight, but I damn near want to see him go to court just as much, just to see what evidence or what proof Wilder has that he says that he has that he hasn't unveiled yet. I want to see it now. And what proof do you have that Breland spiked your water? That's what I'm really. My man Blood, what's good, bro? Seen Blood popped up in here. That's one thing that I'm really like looking at, like, damn, bro, you think Breland spiked your water, bro? So egg weights, Breland spiked your water, the referees wasn't on your side. That's a lot of accusations, y'all. And y'all know I'm a Wilder fan. I don't even have to keep it even say, but that's just a lot of fucking accusations, man. That's a lot of shit that has to go. If you're looking at it as somebody against Deontay Wilder, that's a lot of shit that has to go right. Right? Well, not right if you're Deontay Wilder, but you guys get what I'm saying. That's a lot of shit against him that have to fall in place. I just don't see Mark Breland trading. Again, I'm not in their camp. I don't know what their day to day is like. But Breland seemed more loyal than the spike your water. And as far as him throwing in the towel, I will say this: if Deontay Wilder has told people in his corner, "Look, bro, I don't give a fuck what it looks like. Don't ever throw the towel. If I get knocked out, get knocked unconscious, whatever happens to me, it's my fault. Don't stop the fight." I get what he's saying from a fighter's point of view. This is why I probably couldn't be a trainer, bro. Because if I see, if I feel as if you're on the verge of getting knocked out, you have nothing left, you look completely spent, I'll probably throw the towel in too. And on the night of the fight, I was okay with the towel being thrown in. It just looked like he was spent, y'all. I understand, but if there's anybody with a puncher's chance that's in the it may look like the darkest situation in their career. The one person who's the epitome of a guy with a one punch chance is a Deontay Wilder. I agree. But he did look like just a beaten up fighter when he was in that corner in that was it the seventh round? That's just what it looked like to me. Because as I'm watching it live, it looked like blood was coming out of his ear. It just looked bad, man. The dent was in his head. Fuck throwing the right hand. It looked like Fury wasn't even giving him enough space to even throw the right hand. So I thought the stoppage was a good stoppage. But again, though, if Wilder made it clear, look, y'all, don't ever stop. You got to follow what that man wants. And that's with anybody, whether it's fucking Povetkin, Fury, whoever had you in their corner, and they don't want you throwing in the towel. You got to agree to that, and you got to be able to stomach that. But then on the flip side, it looked like a good stoppage to me though, because when I was watching it, you guys remember I was doing a video. I was like, man, it looked like he's gonna get stopped. And then when they threw the towel, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? Breland tripling or what the fuck? What the fuck? I was like, well, that's a good stoppage. It looked good to me. Let me see, man, because there's so much shit in these interviews, y'all. So let me see. I'm gonna get to y'all in a second, man. I'm just trying to get everything out that I want to say about this, and I'm gonna get to y'all's comments. Um, despite then another thing. Why is Jay Diaz in the clear? Why is Jay Diaz in the clear? If Fury put the egg weights in his gloves, or was something was wrong with the gloves, wasn't Jay Diaz the one in the locker room looking all this over? Now I know what the rebuttal is going to be, because people are going to say when Diaz left, that's probably when the fuckery happened with the egg weights and the manipulation of the gloves and the hands. To me, bro, that's why I just need just whatever proof that Deontay Wilder said he has, because that's what he said. Just lay it out, bro. Because now what you're telling me is the commission was in on it as well. Because if Diaz was in there, and when he was in there, everything looked cool, everything looked great, taped up, don't look a problem, bam, cool, bet. Then he leaves, then fuckery happened with the commission being in there. You might as well come out with whatever evidence you have. Because if Diaz was in there the whole time, how the fuck ain't he a snake? And if this shit really happened to you, how come he ain't a snake? How come he ain't kicked out the camp? Like, that's a question that I have. You dig what I'm saying? Because I just don't understand that part. But one thing I'll say about, Fury trying to say, I heard them come out and say that the date has came and passed. He ain't signed the contract, it expired. Now they're saying the contract expired. Wilder's saying that it's not expired. The fight's still going on. And if he tries to fight somebody else, he's going to sue him. So, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm bad with my math, but bro, the date hasn't came and passed. The fucking December 19th is still a ways away. So is December 5th. So if you're willing to fight on December 5th, get 2 more weeks to train, or you know what I mean, or however you want to do it, and just fight Deontay Wilder in the third fight, in a much bigger fight, in a much bigger legacy defining fight, and just fight him on the 19th. This is now, look, I can understand if the date of December 19th came and went and it's fucking December 20th, then you're looking to move on, something like that. But bro, it just turned November. Now, some people would say, well, Mr. Boxing is clear. He doesn't want to fight Deontay Wilder because, this time is going to be fair and square. There's not going to be no fuckery. That's why he's running from it. Some people are going to say, oh, Mr. Boxing, Deontay Wilder can't hold him back. He should be able to go out and fight whoever he wants to fight, and Wilder doesn't control his career. But the same thing, bro, they have a contract, but then Tyson Fury and his team sent the contract. Oh my God, this is just like a fucking circus, man. So Fury said the contract expired. Wilder and his team said it didn't expire. They're going to fight. As Wilder knows, from what he knows, they're going to fight on the 19th. And if it doesn't happen, he's going to sue. So let me see. There was something else, man. So I talked about that. I talked about not putting nothing past Fury. Talked about that. There was so much shit, man. Y'all give me a second, man. Y'all bear with me. Okay, now, a flip side to all of this. Let's say Wilder brings for some, not only just the pictures that he was showing, but whatever. Remember, this is what Wilder said. What if Wilder has more evidence, right, and proof, and doctors to talk for him and say what happened? Okay, fine. Let's say all that shit is weak. Okay, let's say the evidence is weak, right? As a fighter, y'all, I'm talking about as two athletes, as fighters. I don't look, bro. It's looking like Deontay Wilder he can't believe that Fury not only beat him, but in the fashion that he beat him, right? So a part of Wilder isn't giving Fury no credit for this fight. I know, but you can say, well, after the fight, Mr. Box in the ring, he said the better man won. Okay, but bro, I'm talking about right now today. It seems as if Deontay Wilder's going to give Fury no credit of beating him. That could be a problem, y'all. That could be a problem when you think it was like, and I know that AJ came back and beat Ruiz in a rematch, but bro, he was saying lucky punch and all that shit. I'm like, bro, get that man his credit for knocking you out, man, or stopping you. You dig what I'm saying? But Deontay Wilder, obviously in his mind, doesn't think this shit was done fairly. So in his mind, he's not ever going to give Fury credit. But bro, that could be a double-edged sword you're playing with, though, man. Because what if all this shit is just Wilder's head, just him thinking all this, and it's just not true? Look, bro, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care who you are, man. When you're an undefeated fighter and you taste that defeat, you're always going to look for something. Even Wilder said that himself, but you'll look for something. Shouldn't fuck my girl the night before. Man, my knee was kind of feeling kind of painful before. Or I remember, shouts out, rest in peace to Manuel Stewart. You guys know Manuel Stewart is my favorite trainer of all time. But it was like when Tommy Hearns fought Hagler, right? And Emmanuel was saying there was people in the dressing room that was rubbing down Hearns' legs, and that was the reason why his bro. Come on, man. Hearns had a fucking problem of when he got tired and he had to fight tired, he was his most vulnerable. Whereas some guys, when they fight tired, they're damn near at their best, like Evander Holyfield. I'd rather see Holyfield in a slugfest, tired, going at it. You know what I mean? Hearns was that type of guy, whether it was late in the fight, but as the physicality and the pace of the fight picked up, the more vulnerable Hearns was. Hagler was going to be Hearns that night, no matter what. So fighters always look for a reason of why they all, well, this happened, that didn't happen. The glove, it's always something, man. So it just seems like a beaten fighter who's looking for, it's like, bro, there's no way this motherfucker could have stopped me. Something just wasn't right. And he could be telling, this is why I want to see, look, bro, I want to see them fight, but I damn near want to see the court shit too. Just to see what's this other evidence besides just the pictures. Some fans think the pictures are good enough. Bro, look at these pictures. That shit's good enough. But you're talking about an egg weight was in the motherfucker? Like, bro, if there was literally an egg weight in his glove, Tyson Fury, the man should be banned for life. If he can prove there was an egg weight in this man's glove, he should be banned for life. If he can prove it. And if Breland put some in your drink, bro, that you think fucked you up, he should be thrown in jail too. Like, these motherfuckers trying to commit murder, bro, if this is true. But if this is just what you think because you got stopped, that's you mentally not getting over the loss yet. In my opinion. This is why I just want to see a third fight. I haven't got to no comments. There's 111 people in here. I appreciate y'all showing up, especially me just throwing a live together. I didn't think I'll get this many people. But this is why I want to see a third. I haven't read no comments yet. And I see y'all. I appreciate y'all leaving the comments, man. See my man G Funky got up in here. What's good? But this is why I want to see a third fight, man. Let me make sure I go over everything before I get to y'all's comments. Okay, Wilder giving food, not giving credit. A fighter just can't believe it. Yeah, I talked about this, but where's Fury now? I want to hear from Fury now. Like, what does he have to say about this? Like, where is he at? I'm sure he'll come out the woodwork soon. I guess we'll see over the next couple of days. All right, so that Wilder believes he was. And one thing I didn't agree with Wilder, man, in the interview is he was saying, when the towel was thrown in, hey, I was coming back doing, bro, you wasn't. When I was looking at the fight, Deontay, it didn't look like you were coming back, bro. It didn't look like it looked like it was getting worse and worse in the fight. I'm talking about the fight stylistically on fight night when you were saying, Breland threw it in, I was doing my thing, not in the ring. Maybe he thought he did see something on Fury's face that was a look of concern. But watching it on TV that night, it didn't look like that. All right, that's my opinion. And then okay, and this is one more thing. Again, this is just me looking at it. Styles. Now, some of you may say, "Fuck Styles. He has something in his glove. That's what made the situation what it was." Okay, fine. Looking at Styles, when I hear somebody say, "Shit, Ortiz couldn't even do that to Wilder, but Fury was able to," when it comes to punching power, I agree. Because I think Ortiz is a harder puncher, at least from the eye test, than Tyson Fury. But what you guys aren't adding is it was a part of what made Wilder lose that night. And I know if you're a believer of the egg weight and all, okay, but besides that, was the fucking physicality, being ragdoll, being put in a headlock, being pushed, being mauled, being the physicality. That's something Ortiz couldn't do to Wilder to tire him out. Trying to look for single power shots is what Ortiz was on, with using good boxing skill from a southpaw position. Tyson Fury wasn't on that shit. Tyson Fury was on some, I'm really going to fight you tonight. I'm going to maul you tonight. I'm going to use my size. I'm not going to move around and do that shit I was doing in the first fight. I'm going to use my size as my advantage. I'm talking about just style wise right now, y'all. And I know some of you are going to say, well, shit, the reason he even got that far for him to use his physicality because he had egg weight. Okay, fine. That's one thing, or that's why Ortiz couldn't do the shit that Fury was doing because he's not as big as Fury. And he can't provide that physicality and get Wilder in a tussling match, not a straight right hand, straight jab match. It's going to be hard to beat Deontay Wilder fighting him like that, unless you can land first and get him out of there or something. But get him into a dog fight, a mauling fight, a push and grab and headlock. But Mr. Boxing, a headlock's illegal. I know it's illegal. I know. But, bruh, every time we watch fights, we're seeing headlocks and mauling and pushing and grabbing and all that type of shit. This isn't nothing new. You know what I mean? All right, man. That's pretty much it on that. I'm gonna read what y'all got to say. My phone's on 15%, man. So I'm gonna try to speed through these, man. You guys were leaving a lot of comments. Shit, there's a lot of people here. All right. Let me try to get through these real quick, man. Man, you guys were going ham in the comment section. All right, fuck. Sheesh. Hold on. All right. Rusty Taylor says everything is on the substance list. He's deluded. Is everything? I don't know if everything is on the substance list. I just thought whatever is banned is on the substance list. God of War. Okay. Mr. Man MC says, I don't know. Madhouse 2332. You're done? All right. I'll be in there in a second, son. Madhouse 2332 says Breland seemed to care a lot about Wilder. I don't think he wanted anything else than the best for Wilder. Neo, he says Fury won that fight fair and square. Why do Americans find it so hard to believe? My man Blood, Retro Boxing and Documentary says, my brother, what's up, Blood? Rich H says, didn't help when he turned off the camera. Yeah, it didn't. And see, this is what I'm saying with Fury. He does so much weird shit. Bro, the dude was talking about like Fury just does a lot of weird stuff where it's hard to put anything past him, man. Like the shit with the boar meat, him having affiliation with the kingpin over there, the European. I mean, the failed drug test and this drug binge that he went on and was out of the sport, then the cocaine use, you know, he just does a lot of weird stuff, man. You know, one interview he's talking about Anthony Joshua's private parts. It's just he just says and does a lot of weird things. Was hard to put anything past him. Russ Taylor says there's no evidence. Why are you taking him serious? I'm just saying what he said, bro. Well, I don't know if you're talking to me, but I'm just saying what Wilder said as far as evidence. If you have it, I want to see it. Jupiter B says only thing that would come up are PED or on the ban list. If it gives you no edge, it won't show up. I checked. Okay, so Jupiter B says that he checked. Seen boxing. It says what's up to blood. Um, Christian NWO says Saw 70 is interviewed. They talk drugging, egging, betraying, enslaving, and I'm like, oh my god, you lost the fight, making all these accusations make him sound like a sore loser. Um, Horace Taylor says cocaine gives you an edge. Okay. Laws D says, okay, he's talking to him. Let's see. I agree. And more people, the guy, like whoever saw his hands get wrapped, they should be in hot water as well. And from what I'm hearing, it was Diaz. Again, unless Diaz saw the hands get wrapped, saw everything was a-okay, and then some fuckery happened after that, that will be wild as hell. And I think everybody involved should lose their jobs if some shit like that happen. My man Blood says if Breland and Fury really did all of this, then they need to be out of the sport. I agree. Tom PBC and Al Heyman wouldn't be advocating for them to fight again if any of this is true. And then, and this ain't the first time where you seen guys try to take a dude to court and fight him. Or I remember just recently, speaking of Wilder, remember when Brazil, when they got into that altercation after Wilder beat Gerald Washington, and Brazil was on the card as well when he beat who did Brazil beat that night in that fight? What's the African kid? What's the dude, the Nigerian cat from Poland? Ijuagono, right? Remember there's an altercation in the lobby, allegedly Brazil says that Wilder and his Brazil put it, his goons or whatever the fuck, his him and his people beat up Brazil and his trainer in front of his wife and kids and all that shit. Remember, Brazil wanted to sue him and then he fought him. You know what I mean? So I've seen that happen quite a few times, and that's just something just recent. A lot of that shit's happened a lot of the times. And I remember Wilder saying something. Now we'll give Wilder this because he said the same thing. He said, dude, instead of suing me, why don't you just want to just fight me? You're going to get paid. You get a chance to possibly become the heavyweight champion, and you get to put hands on me. Just fight me. I know the circumstances are different, but look, man, there's a lot of people out there that would just rather just punch you in the face than put you in court. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? But in this situation, with this proof that Wilder says he has, shit, I want to see. And I think damn near everybody wants to see it. I want to hear these doctors talk. I want to hear whatever proof that he said. I want to see it. Let me see here. Jupiter B says, is it Fury has tampered with gloves twice before? If something happened with his water, it's not hard to do. Foreman has said it before in other boxers, so it's not some very hard thing to concoct. Tom P says they would tell Wilder straight up to sue. Rusty Taylor says Diaz watched his hands get wrapped. This is silly. Gorgeous says Wilder stayed quiet for 8 months and didn't call out Fury once on his social media or on his socials in all that time, only after contract expired. Now he's acting like he wants the rematch, trying to save face, in my opinion. Well, my thing is this, Gregoria, if you're contracted for a rematch, I'm only going with what you said. Why would you have to call somebody out if you're already contracted to fight them in a rematch? That doesn't make it. That's like Dillian White right now calling out Povetkin. Like, we know you're going to fight. We know. So, and with this whole expiration, bro, I want to see the damn contract, because one side is saying it's not expired, and the other side, and I understand with the COVID thing and things got pushed back because of COVID, but my thing is move on. It's not like Tyson Fury saying, okay, I'm going to move on from December 19th and I'm going to fight this Saturday, November 7th. It's literally 2 more weeks and then you fight Wilder. Why not just, especially if it's going to be easy work for you, this is a way bigger legacy fight. What are fans going to remember more? You fighting Wilder in the third fight, which in your eyes you think is easy work. I'll beat him again, make it look even easier than the second fight. Cool. Fighting him in the third fight and making it look easy, or fighting Ajay Cabello or Carlos Takam. If they happen to upset you, beat you, then that's just going to be remembered. But I mean, you're going to win those fights. You'll be more of a favorite to win those fights than fighting Wilder. Oliver Dennis says, not even worth talking about. Wilder is talking absolute rubbish. Jupiter B says Fury has cheated many times before, so him getting better at glove tampering isn't hard. Water tampering isn't either. But I just don't see why Breland would do it though, bro. Like I don't. Has anybody heard from Mark Breland? He has to come out and say something, bro. And I understand you're quiet and you don't say much and you're more of a, a passive type guy when it comes to the media. But bro, somebody accusing you of fucking tampering their water, especially somebody that you had a relationship with, Deontay Wilder. Mark, you gotta come out and say something, bro. I'm not sure. I did hear my man Blood say that he was on somebody's channel. I forgot who channel said that Breland was on. I haven't seen the Breland interviews, but I want to hear what he has to say now after this came out. Because these are some heavy accusations. Mark Breland, if you're hearing that somebody relates this to you, bro, you got to say something, man. Rusty Taylor says pointless conversation. Ben Lowe says Wilder's just plain delusional. He'd rather believe his own team. Fury's team and the ref, the commission, VADA, WBC were all against him rather than admit he lost to a better man. And that, look, bro, if this evidence that he claimed he has is really nothing, it just seems like a fighter, an undefeated fighter that just can't get over the fact that he lost, and not only lost, but how he lost to a guy that he think didn't have any power. Let me see here. God of War says Wilder couldn't keep Fury away from him and lost. That's it. Better man won that night. All these conspiracy theories are just nonsense. Blood says shaking my fuck. He's shaking his head. I bet if Wilder proved, let me see. Look like a lot of y'all are just talking to each other, man. Blood says all these so-called cheaters need to be exposed because other lives are on the line. Show the evidence or shut the fuck up. And that's where I'm at, bro. I want to see the evidence. If it ain't really no evidence, or it's something that's weak or something, Wilder made it seem as if he has more than just pictures. That's what's like, oh, okay, so you got more than that. That's what it seemed as if that he was saying. Did he has doctors and witnesses? I'm like, oh shit, I want to see it. Brandon White says, wasn't the commission in the room for the, and I know where you're going with that, Brandon White. What you're saying is, well, shit, Mr. Boxing, look what happened in the Cotto Margarito situation. You dig what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, though, Brandon. If he has the evidence, just come out with it. Then there will be no speculation and us guessing and wandering and, just come out with it. Wilder felt running through body. What's good, Dalton? Psycho says black screen. Yeah, bro, black screen today. You know what I mean? I'll show my face on YouTube plenty of times, my brother. If you want to see my face, go to Mr. Box Today 2 in the search. I got thousands of videos with my face. Shit, and me hitting the bag and a whole bunch of other shit. Man, Blood says if he doesn't come with real evidence, there are other fighters working with these guys, so the evidence should have been released date months ago. It's selfish to put other fighters at risk. I agree. Yeah, Stormy, I refuse to believe I've been beat. Bro, look, and I know Stormy and Blood, a lot of y'all, look, this always comes to my mind. Y'all remember when Douglas beat Tyson, right? Yeah, the next day, fucking Don King, Tyson, they have like a press conference. Tyson has like the little, Versace shades on, whatever. He's sitting there with his swollen ass eye, and they're up there when Tyson knocked down Douglas. And Don King's thing was it should be overturned. Douglas was on the mat for 95 seconds. I'm exaggerating, but you guys remember where all the team Tyson and Don King, they're sitting there going 1, 2. They're literally like counting the seconds. Douglas was on the floor. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you can't erase us seeing you get knocked the fuck out in the 10th round, Mike. Like that doesn't just disappear. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like with Wilder's like, bro, okay, it's not going to disappear. And it seemed like Wilder just doesn't want to give him any credit, man, for whatever he thinks happened. he literally said in the post-fight interview that his leg was weak coming in, and then said, "But we make no excuses." Well, I think he clarified that, Mister or Rob Plant. I think he clarified that on the interview when he said that he was saying like, "Damn, I just felt weak for whatever reason." He thought he felt weak, and he was like, "Damn, man, I was so weak. Even my costume felt heavy on my legs." Wilder says that whoever was around took that out of context and wrote some shit. He's saying the uniform made his legs weak or whatever the fuck. That's what I got from that. Psycho, bro, why do you want to know what I look like so bad for, man? If you don't know what I look like so bad, type in Mr. Box Today 2 in the search and you'll see my face. I'm not sure why you're just listen to what I'm saying, bro. I don't get why you need to see me to hear me. Uh I'm really just gonna go to people who I really know, man. You know what I'm saying? Because some of you just, I don't know. I answered that, Dalton. I'm far behind in the chat, but I answered that, bro, about Diaz not getting no blame for anything. I think it's weird. My man Blood says, man, Wilder screwed up. There's a lot of other selfish shit too. The more I think about it, the more fucked up it looks for Wilder. G Funky says, I want this to go to court. If not, it's just talk. My man Jupiter B says, what did Jupiter say? Damn, I don't know where Jupiter comment went. Fuck. Hold on, how D Hodges? Let me do this for D Hodges. What's good, D Hodges? Look like the most of you guys are just talking to each other. My man Joseph Brown up in here was good. He says, bad look for Wilder, period. Don't like that Breland and Poison shit. I listened to what Wilder said. This shit is weak as hell. Um, I agree. Fuck, I'm only on 5%. G Funky, I agree. Rough House tactics have always been around. Look, man, there's a whole bunch of damn comments, y'all. And yeah, Christian, no, but Christian, with that 11-second shit, you can only like look. If I get knocked down, boom, I get knocked down. But the ref is like over there trying to instruct the fighter to go to a neutral corner or whatever, and then the people ringside didn't start because sometimes the ref can look outside and they've already started the count for him. But can only the fighters to listen to the fucking referee when it comes to the count. Douglas was aware and up. He even was mad at himself. That's why he hit the canvas like, damn, I can't believe I let Mike catch me. Man, Douglas was nowhere near knocked out in that fight. He got up and put the beat down on Mike. But I get what you're saying, though, bro. But it's always by the refs count. All right, Brandon White. Brandon says I was agreeing with you on Wilder needing to release evidence immediately. Yeah, that's where I'm at, bro. If the shit is true, I just want to see it. But if it's not, it just seems like a fighter that just can't get over the fact that he lost and how he lost. Yes, I understand that Tyson Fury has been doing cheating type shit, uh, dabbling into different type shit his whole career. That's why I say it's hard to it's just hard to put it past him. But with that said, though, I need some. I want to see this evidence that Wilder says that he has. No, Alexander. Dabney, no, I'm saying that, bro. He does have it, but if Wilder's saying he has like hey man, I got some shit, boy. I got some shit in this bag that's evident. Well, damn, man, don't leave me hanging. Show me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, show me, because I want to know. That's what I'm saying. So Jupiter B says so Fury. Jupiter B says so Fury cheated all other times, but not this time. That counts the most. I get what you're saying, though, bro. I get what you're saying. But bro, if you said somebody had a fucking egg weight, you gotta show that though, fam. You can't just say, "Hey, man, I think he had steel in his gloves." You know what? I think he had a piece of a 2x4 in it. You gotta show us, bro, or whatever evidence that you have to make us believe that. You can literally count yourself and see what the count. Vic True says you can literally count yourself and see what it was counted right. Stop talking fairies and go do some counting for yourself. Are you still talking about the Mike Tyson ass whooping, bro? Or I don't know. Maybe you're a different commenter. I don't know who what I don't know. My man Vince up in here. What's good, Vince? Body Snatcher Returns. Was good, bro? Hey, I seen you on that 1-on-1. I seen you holding the belt on Instagram. When was that 1-on-1 tournament, bro? But I definitely seen that though. It seems like some of you guys are like, some of you guys should have been like PIs or something, man, or like detectives or something. Some of you guys are like doing you got a lot of detective shit to say, but bro, let's just see the evidence. And if you think the evidence is the dent in the head and the pictures from the gloves, cool. I want to see what evidence Wilder was talking about, though. I'm not saying that, hey, don't believe your eyes. I'm not telling nobody in here to don't believe your eye. I'm not saying that. I just want to see what evidence Wilder says that he has. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, man. All this, detective shit, uh, it's just a waste of time for me. I'm not gonna go through all that, man. Jupiter B says, I think most people care about the opinions of the masses. Water isn't, so it's hard for people to grasp that he came in 78 to talk to his fans. Hey, one thing I will say about the 78 interview, though, it's funny to me because a lot of I guess you call them the old media or whatever, I know that they're pissed off that they got to go to 78 and barbershop for snippets or to listen to what Deontay. I know it kills them to do that. I know this is a side topic. Bro, they've been shitting on the YouTuber boxer guys for years. I remember Dan Raphael, we came out blasting him about trying to diss us, you know what I mean? But I know it's killing these so-called, the real pundits or whatever that, I know it's killing them to come on here and listen to Wilder on 78 and listen to him on Fred's channel. I know it's killing them to do that. But I do think that shit's funny. I don't know, blood. I'm not, bro, blood. I'm not sure why Diaz is just getting a pass. I just don't. Shouldn't everybody be a question? I don't get why it stops at Diaz. So the commission, you got a problem. Breland, you got a problem. Gloves, you got a problem. Commission, but Diaz is cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. I don't. Why isn't he? You get what I'm saying? I just don't. I'm not understanding that part. Alexander says, but black people have to move the way that Wilder moving. We know they not playing fair, bro. I mean, Alexander. I mean, bro. Um, we know race has been a part of the sport forever, bro. So I'm not sure. I already know that. Like that's neither here nor there. I already know that. Like I understand that. There was a time when black fighters couldn't get couldn't even fight for the heavyweight title, bro. So I definitely understand that. But I'm just saying with this though, bro, if he has evidence, just show us. I understand the history and the politics of race issues in boxing. It's never going to go nowhere. It's been here. Shit, when John L. Sullivan was a champion, he wasn't fighting no black. He even came out saying, I ain't fighting no motherfucking black fighters.